And now the Hansons and Hiatus Podcast with Nate and Alexis.
Happy Friday, fuckers. It is episode 66 of the Hansons on Hiatus Podcast. I am your host, Nate, and this is my wife, Alexis.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
And don't forget to support the podcast. buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. Some virtual beers are available there for purchase.
And then we will drink them for you.
Yes, we will. If you're enjoying the podcast and the stories, feel free to support it. We love any help that you guys can give us.
Yes, I'm very appreciative. Thank you so much.
And like, follow, share, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music at Hansons on Hiatus.
We're there. Listen to us there.
This past week,
it's been eventful already.
Yeah. Well, we didn't do anything this weekend really because I don't know. Well, it rained one day.
Getting some weather.
And then we had our friends Tom and Cindy coming in town on Sunday because we were going on this fishing trip that we've been talking about. And I was a little confused at first because I guess I thought it was like a promotional thing for this boat.
Right. Often people will ask you like, hey, do you want to come partake in this event? If you bring all your techie gadgets.
Film a video.
We wouldn't be sad if you made us a video in, exchange for your fun day.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Exactly. But it turned out that it was actually a friend coming in town that had rented a boat to go fishing on it, and he just wanted us to come along with.
Yeah, which is also great.
Yeah.
We're in.
Yep. So I will tell you where we went wrong in this fishing trip. No food. We drank coffee. We ate Tums, and we refused the Dramamine.
Hashtag this is 40? Question mark? Yeah. I don't know.
So we went to Puerto Aventuras to go fishing this weekend, and actually it was on Monday, and with our friends Tom, Cindy, her sister, and Tom's buddy Jorge. And he was in town. He'd rented this boat, and we decided to go fishing with him, so we had to be at the port at 8 a.m.
Yes. Early morning.
Yes. So we didn't eat anything because we ate, a good meal the night before, and that was a mistake.
Yeah, usually you're hungry in the morning and I'm like, I'll have a banana or something. So we just didn't eat anything. We were so full from dinner the night before.
And mind you, I don't normally drink coffee, and I guess I don't know why I had some. You just made some and I was like, yeah, I'll have a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, we had some left over, some really good coffee from the restaurant. So we warmed it up and made some catajios in the morning to get the day started, and that was probably a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, this was an 8-hour boat trip, and our buddy Tom was like, hey, do you need any Dramamine? And you chimed in right away. Oh, no, we've been on a boat many a times. We are fine.
Well, first he said, how are you guys on boats? And I said, we're great. We take the ferry. We've had friends sick on the ferry. We've gone on speed boats and pontoon boats, tons of boats, big boats, little boats. We went fishing with your cousins, the Halversons. Did that? No problem. I'm like, oh, we're usually good on boats. Why?
Yeah.
Do you want some Dramamine? I don't know. I should have. Now I'm just going to take it from now on.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I kept on pressuring you. I'm not pressuring you, but asking you, like, are you sure? I mean, if he's asked multiple times.
Yeah.
Maybe we should take it just to be safe. You know, there's a reason why he's asking. No, we're fine. We'll be great.
Well, my thinking was I had coffee. I haven't had food. I'm going to put Dramamine on it. That's going to make me feel bad, but I'm stupid.
Yeah. So we were fine for, soon as we got out of the port. It was a little rough because we weren't going as fast as we were going to be, traveling. Right. And it kept on going, and it kept on getting rougher, and we're hanging on. It was like we were at the tilt-a-whirl.
Yes.
It was just like jerking me around, and it was no longer fun.
No.
And I looked down at the clock. We had been on the boat for 45 minutes, and I'm like, shit, we have 7 more hours of this.
We're going to die.
Yeah, I was freaking out. I was literally thinking, how can I swim to shore? Like, I need to get out of this situation because I'm like, I cannot do this for another 7 hours. It was insane. I felt so terrible.
Terrible. I couldn't look. We're both sweating. I'm grabbing Dramamine from our friends now. Like, please, we'll take them. Hurry up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
And we went inside and laid down on the couch.
Yeah.
And I just see the ocean going up and down and up and down and over again. And I felt the only thing that made me feel better was to close my eyes.
Yes, that helped a lot. I thought you were supposed to like look at the horizon, but that didn't help at all. And it was like the boat from The Perfect Storm with George Clooney.
Yeah.
We're just watching. Everyone's talking, just mingling, getting to know each other. And I'm looking out the window and you just see ocean, no ocean, ocean, no ocean. I'm like, we're going to die on this boat.
It was so bad. So we ended up eating a weed gummy and passed out for like an hour.
Passed out.
And then when we woke up, Jorge, who is like a avid fisherman, really good at fishing apparently, per Tom, and he was throwing up.
Yes.
He was like pale, and you and I guess you said I was like a color, right?
You turned white, and then I swear you turned green, and I could see the sweat on your face. And I was like, oh no, my husband's going to die, and I can't help him because I'm dying too.
Well, and I was looking at you, and you the same thing. I mean, you're so tan. Your tan looked weird. It was like ashy looking almost.
Was olive.
Yeah, yeah. You were literally like an olive. You're like a tint of green and like kind of pale.
I felt green.
It was bad.
I never thought I was going to throw up, though. I just couldn't like see, and it was hard to talk. Everyone's telling stories. I'm just like, that's great. You saved a woman from a burning building. Great. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't.
I felt like I was I could have thrown up if I had eaten something.
Yes.
But I didn't. So I just felt like kind of queasy. But I don't think I ever really felt like I was going to throw up. But yeah, Jorge was out there just puking because he's staying in all inclusive, so he's drinking all the drinks at the bar the previous night.
Yeah, the
so I was like,
daiquiris
okay, the fisherman is puking too, so I don't feel so bad. And Tom said it was the worst that he's seen, the ocean out there right now.
Oh yeah, once we started feeling better, he was like, yeah, this is pretty much the worst waves and chop I've ever seen. We're like, okay, great. It's not just us.
Yeah, so we did catch some wahoo, and
big one.
Yeah, big one. And so when Jorge was not feeling well, he's like, all right, let's get to some like calmer water. So we're like, thank God.
Thank God.
And by then we had like, after that weed gummy, we'd perked right up. Like we were back in business.
I woke up, I was like, I think I'm ready for a beer. I think I'm hungry. Let's eat.
Yeah, it was just, dude, I mean, THC, man, it does it. It does it for everybody. So we got some wahoo, and we decided we wanted to go and do some swimming and get relaxed in some calmer waters.
Yeah. I think Capitan was like, it's done. I'm calling it. Let's go have some fun now.
Yeah, exactly. So they made some ceviche on the boat out of the wahoo. And
so good.
What else did they make?
I'm not a big
guac.
Oh yeah, homemade guac.
Sandwiches. Oh, it was great.
Lots of
fruit
and like little dips and things. I'm not a big ceviche fan, but that was really good ceviche.
It was.
It was delicious.
And while we were swimming in the cove, there's this little whaler boat that came in, and it was just kind of putting around where some of the other catamarans and boats had parked. And we see the guy in the back, and it's very like the boat's small, but it's tilted, and the guy is bucketing out water, or his wife was, and the guy's just sitting there, but the wife was just throwing water out of the boat, and I think it was sinking.
It was. It was like to the side. We're taking on water. I don't know why he wasn't concerned.
Yeah, he was, well, whatever.
This happens all the time.
Yeah. And then we saw this sign that said "No loud music" in this little cove, and there's not like a lot of houses around here or anything.
Yeah, it said residential area. They were kind of not behind us. They were on the other side of the cove. So maybe if we went that way, there was a warning, but it said no loud music. But nobody listened.
No, but it did make sense why that sign is there, because all those catamarans came in with a lot of very curvy women.
Yes, curvaceous.
In thongs. And if you're from Atlanta, this was like Freaknik on the water.
Yes.
I saw some cheeks clapping, thongs everywhere, dudes pouring like bottles of champagne on some butt cheeks. Like it was getting wild.
I've never seen people more happier. It took us back to our Atlanta days, but all the guys are happy, all the girls, shaking their booties on them. Everyone was having a great time.
Yeah.
Lots of tunes that we knew, lots of rap music that we knew.
Yeah. Yep. And then we saw like a bachelorette party come by, and the girls were all taking pictures on the front of their catamaran or their boat.
Yeah. We saw a couple bachelorette parties. I saw 2 brides out there.
Yeah, we did. I lost my sunglasses.
You did.
It's fine. They're like $5. That's why I buy the $5 sunglasses, because you always lose them.
Every part of the ocean around the world has one pair of Nate's sunglasses in it.
I think so. And also we learned something new about, I don't know if it's like fishing in general or if it's just in this area of Mexico or whatever, but when we had caught the wahoo, our captain goes over to the little I don't know what you call them, like the mast kind of things on the fishing boat.
Yeah.
And puts on the flag of the Wahoo and raises it up. And I look around at some of the other boats in the marina, and they had flags also for like mahi mahi. They had like 4 of them.
Yeah.
And so I guess when you catch a fish, you put a little flag up and you kind of like boast and let all your neighbors know that you caught a
I've
fish.
never seen that. And that's what they said. They were like bragging rights.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
Well, if our boat needed any kind of flag, it would be the throwing up emoji.
Yes. We need a couple of those. Ding, 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 ding. We made it.
Yeah, but we made it. We got back. And then Tom and I actually went out. We went up to the pool for a little bit and drank some more beers. And then we went out and had some appetizers.
Me and the other ladies were like, we done. I need a shower. I need some like stability, nothing moving. I don't want people. And just to chill.
Yeah.
Another thing we learned on the boat too that I forgot about, the bananas. I said earlier.
Yeah.
I've never heard this. I'm so thankful that Tom let me know because I'm a banana connoisseur. I eat one every morning.
I call her a monkey.
He was like, no bananas on after midnight tonight. We're like, okay, ha ha ha. Like, that's funny. He's like, no bananas. It's bad luck for the boat the next day. I'm like, oh, you're serious? No more. Don't even look at a banana. I'm like, thank God you said that because I eat one every morning. I've never heard that.
Yeah, I don't think they ever told us the reason why. I thought it was because don't bananas like make you poop? Like don't they make you regular?
I think he said that, and they were like, no, it's just something to do, like an old wives' tale, probably.
Well, I was saying if that is what bananas do, then maybe it's so you don't have to poop out on the boat.
I don't think they do that. It's just good potassium.
Yeah,
It's
but
good
doesn't
for
the
your
potassium
muscles.
make you regular or something?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Probably.
I thought that's why old people ate them. Maybe it's just because they're mushy and they're easy to chew.
I'm not old, and I eat one every day. Thanks.
Well, we're all getting old. Let's be real. But it was a good trip, a lot of fun. So yeah,
Thank you.
I'm dying though.
Thank you, Capitan, Tom, Jorge, everybody.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
And what else happened this week? Oh, remember? So we thought we heard gunshots, but it was actually just a scooter backfiring.
Yes.
So I run out on the balcony, and the guy that just moved in across the street, which I don't think we've talked about this yet, but is this guy that teaches Spanish here in Playa del Carmen.
He's like very well known. His name's Phil, and he does. It's called Speak Like a Local.
Yeah, and so we've bought his classes. We haven't taken them yet, but we have them. But we know who this guy is, and we saw that he moved in across the street, and so he runs out there, and I run out there, and we're like looking around. We didn't hear anything, and then I heard it again. I ran out there again later, and I looked down to where Phil was standing out on his patio, and the window or like the shades were open, and he started walking back out, and I was like, oh man, oh, he like really let himself go. And then I realized, oh, those are boobs. Those are not pecs. And it was his wife, and she did not put her top on.
Oh my gosh.
So I didn't say anything at first.
No.
And then when I come in, I said something to you. And I was like, yeah, so I think I just saw Phil's wife's boobs. And she goes, or no, what did you say? You go, oh, I saw his penis.
I go, oh yeah, I saw him naked the other day too. For some reason, people think all on our street. I swear, no one can see you. You're so high up. No, we're right across I could see you. Hey, we could wave, we could talk, everything. But I've seen a lot of butts and boobs and penises.
Yeah. Oh man, so
remember Naked Guy? He's the new Naked Guy.
Yeah, it is. It's the same fucking building. I mean, granted, it's across the street from us, but
yeah.
Close your blinds, people. I'm constantly telling you to close the blinds when I'm getting out of the shower because you always like to fucking fling them open
I like the
right when I'm
sunlight.
naked.
Get dressed in the bathroom.
Oh man. Oh, and this is another topic I wanted to talk about. I saw a post on Facebook, and there's a lot of people here that will come to live here, and they adopt street dogs.
Right.
You know, we've had
Or cats.
Yeah, or cats or whatever. We've had a number of friends do that.
Oh yeah.
This particular person was trying to get rid of a street dog that he had taken in for like the 6 months he was here.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get somebody else to adopt it. He's like, I'm leaving like next week. Like, who wants this dog? And so there became a debate online.
Yeah.
And so like there's basically two camps. One side is saying, well, at least he gave it a good life for 6 months, and better than being on the street.
Yeah. Probably fixed him up, cleaned him up, got him healthy.
But the other side is saying, take him home with you. Like, what? like why would you do that? Now he's been used to like sleeping on a comfy bed and you're going to kick him back out on the street? Because a lot of people are saying all the shelters here are full.
They are full
so
right now.
they're like, nobody's going to take him and he's going to have to go back on the street. And they're like, why just take him with you? You've made him yours.
Yeah.
Like you took responsibility, so you need to keep him. So I don't know. How do you feel about this?
I mean, you probably know how I feel. I'd keep him, but
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people do that here. We've had some remember our friend Alex, he fostered a couple dogs, got them, he had the extra income to get them their shots and get them back to health and then just foster them for a while and then pass them on to the next person. So I can see that happens a lot here. People aren't here forever. They're only here for some months or a year. And I'm thankful to them that they spent their hard-earned money on helping this dog, fixing him up for somebody else to give him a forever home. So I can see if you're saying, I'm only fostering them for a certain amount of time, I'll help as much as I can, and then you have to adopt them out. That's a normal thing. But if it's your dog, which we also see people that are like, this is my dog, this is my cat, and then they just try and give them, oh, my apartment complex won't allow animals, or I can't find a plane, an air ticket that's cheap with a dog, or I don't know what to tell you. That you said that was your dog. That's your family member. So I think there's obviously a fine line between the two.
I just can't imagine moving to Southeast Asia or something for 6 months and be like, oh, I'm going to take care of a dog and then I'm just leaving it there. Like, that just seems weird. I mean, it's a nice thing to do, but like if you really love that animal or connected to it, you wouldn't want to leave.
Right.
And I think it would be okay if they did find somebody to take care of it. That's fine. But you're saying you're leaving next week. So you didn't think this through very much or try even that hard. And that would, in my mind, that's the decision. It should be, okay, I want to see if I can get someone else to adopt it. And if I can't, I have to take it with me because it's yours now. It's not a toy that you came to play with in Mexico for a couple of months. Like, it's a living animal that, probably loves you unconditionally now because you rescued it and you're just going to leave him again. Like, that's terrible in my opinion.
People don't think a lot about the, I guess like taking them home and then what you're going to do then, especially we have a lot of friends that are like, oh, I'll just put my dog on the plane. Well, your dog is too big to go inside the plane, so they'll have to go under the plane. A lot of people saw us travel with Tiger and have him inside the cabin, so everyone thinks they can do that. We had some friends with like a 50, 60-pound dog. We're like, no, the limit's like 20. That's it. You have to put him under, and a lot of people don't. I don't know how I feel about that either because I haven't.
Yeah, I need to see what the facility looks like under the plane. But the problem with that is, like you were saying, people not thinking about it ahead of time is a lot of the airlines have a heat advisory and they do a heat embargo or whatever where they won't fly with them through the summer months because it gets. So I feel like it is air conditioned, or I mean it is like pressurized or whatever. Right. But maybe if it's extremely hot, the AC can't keep up with it in the bottom of the plane. I don't know.
Or maybe it's not air conditioned if they're worried about the heat, if they're worried about the temperature.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
We have to look into that though.
Yeah, definitely. But I think you should definitely take it with you.
Yeah, he should take it with him. I'm sure there's so many people here that want pets or to adopt pets or just help. So I'm sure someone will help.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to discuss is some of your Airbnb guests, I guess, have
need to write a book.
Yeah. We found it interesting that how many people complain about how long it takes to go through customs.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's just one of those things that people don't understand how good we have it in the U.S. as a passport holder. Yeah. Like, it can get us into so many different countries and you don't even have a second thought about it. Seems like a lot of people have only used it to come to Mexico. So they don't realize it's like, you got to do this everywhere.
Yeah. Like,
they're literally checking your credentials to get into their country. Mm-hmm. Like all the people that are, have the immigration opinions about, Mexico and other places like coming into our country. It's not just a walk across the border thing. So you gotta do the same thing going the other way. When you land, you got to go and have them check you out because, it's the same thing.
Oh yeah. When our Airbnb guests land at the airport, they usually ask us, we ask when they land so we can estimate when they'll get to the Airbnb property. So if you're in Cancun, that's like a couple hour drive to Tulum. Even if you land in Tulum, that's about 40, 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes to the Airbnb property. So already right there you have an hour, 2 hour travel, which people don't account for a lot. A lot of people do, but there's some people that are like, oh, I didn't realize Tulum wasn't right there when I'm landing in Cancun. And we give them, it's going to take you about an hour from the time you land to the time you get out of the airport. Clock it at an hour to go through immigration or customs, to go get your bag, get security check just in case, all that. And people are like, are you serious? It might be another 30 to 60 to get through immigration. So
yeah,
I don't know. Plan ahead. Plan for that.
Yeah, people just don't realize. Like Tom's girlfriend Cindy, she's from Honduras, and she's been trying. Tom just wants to bring her to the United States to meet his family, see where he's from in Florida and stuff, and just for a trip, just like a vacation. And she has applied. I think it's like a 2-year process. She's had to go to Mexico City for interviews. She's had to pay like a couple $1,000s. And she just got word back that they are denying her visa to come in and just vacation the country. Just because, and it's mainly probably because she's from Honduras, and there are a lot of people that try to come in from there. So I get that, but people don't realize how hard it is to get into our country, actually, and
just to come visit.
Yeah, and not to say that it is right that the people that are coming across the border, but you can almost understand it because we make it so difficult, which you should make it, a task to get through. But if you have no reason other than that you're from a country, like that you got to make it easy. So if somebody tries to do it the right way, like she did, what do you think people that get denied do? Then they try to do it the wrong way, It's
Unfortunately, the U.S. has a lot more rules and regulations, and unfortunately, our passport holds a lot more weight. The American or U.S. and Canadian passports, they'll let you in any country pretty much.
Yeah, but that's like we have to make it easier, not easier, but not like
not as hard.
I mean, it should still be difficult, but not so difficult that people are literally trying to crawl across, the border, basically, so like maybe that is telling us something. Maybe and these people typically come in, work really hard, do the jobs that maybe not everybody wants to do, and just want to support their family. So if they're doing it for the right reasons, check them out, do the background tests or checks or whatever, but if all they're doing is for the right reason, don't make it so hard that they have to do it illegally. And they're paying into the tax system once they're in here, on the up and up, I guess. But I
think too, it's because we don't have a good system for maybe watching or monitoring people. She should be able to go there for a week, 14 days, 30 days with Tom, see the family, go shopping, do whatever, and then check her out. If she hasn't checked out, then a problem. Here's the address, and maybe that's what they do. If they know where you're supposed to be staying, they go and look for you. You're not there. I'm not too up and up on the process, but you think it'd be an easy thing to check.
Yeah, that's what the issue is, I guess. Even at the border, that's kind of a smoke and mirrors thing, at least from what I've read. Most of the illegal immigration in the United States comes from people that get visas and then just don't leave, and not even from the southern border countries. There's a lot from Asia, I guess, that come over here, or people from Europe, and unfortunately, you blend in a little bit easier if you're a European coming here and overstaying your visa. But there needs to be a better system to be able to, check you out, I guess. European, I'm being.
That's what I heard.
Oh, shoot. And one last story before we get out of here. Let's talk about the word fuck.
What would you like to talk about?
Well,
the word fuck.
It is a part of our show.
Yes,
a
big part of our show.
Yeah. And if you guys know my Beer Chugs and Harmony that I do every Friday, I always start it out with Happy Friday, fuckers, and and then I end it with Cheers, fuckers, or
it's a good attention grab.
Yeah.
Like, hey, fuckers, let's have a good weekend. Let's chug some beers.
I just started that back in 6 years ago or whatever when I was doing the chug, and it was just something I said, and it kind of became a catchphrase.
People loved it. They were like, "Oh, I love that. Cheers, fuckers."
Yeah, and people latched onto it, so I just had continued to say it. And I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I know there's some breweries that won't repost my videos or whatever because of that. I get it; they're running a business, but you're not going to cancel me, but I'm going
to say what I fucking want.
Yeah, but I just kind of committed to, I'm going to say it anyway. I don't care. And I think that's what kind of people like about it is, I don't make it a big deal, but I'm not going to not say it just because, other people get uptight about it or whatever.
It's just another word, and it doesn't hold that much power, especially in 2024, I don't think.
Yeah, so we had this weird situation where two of the Airbnb owners, I guess, that we had met before, and super nice. We got along with them really well, like enjoyed talking to them, thought we were great. And then one day she, like maybe at like 8:00 at night, it wasn't super late, sent me a Facebook message and said, "Hey Nate, are you a co-host with your wife Alexis? Are you not a co-host, but like, I guess so, on Airbnb? Like, are you managing our property as well, or is it just your wife?" And I said, "Oh no, that's all Alexis. If if it makes you feel, or the guests feel better that like a couple is managing it, then you can, say that. But no, that Alexis does everything. I'm not a part of it." And they're like, "Okay, good. Our friends were just asking." And I was like, a little weird. Okay.
Well, you were like, "Oh, do we know your friends? Are we friends of friends? Maybe online or social media? I don't know."
Yeah, no, and that was like, I don't know how they would know who I am or anything. Like, it just seemed very weird. But I was like, no, had nothing to do with it. And I was like, okay, cool, no problem.
Yeah.
And then you get a message maybe a couple days later.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, and I think was it around the same time?
Yeah, it wasn't late. It wasn't like it was midnight.
No, it was around 8:00 again.
Yeah, it wasn't like somebody was drinking or anything like that. So, so what did these messages say?
So it's a couple, husband and wife, the owner. I see her pop up, and he made him and his wife a group chat, like a separate group chat, then with my buddy Tom, just on the side if we needed anything to communicate while Tom wasn't available, or he was on vacation at the time when I first started. That's why. So I get a message in that group chat, the one without Tom, and the first spot says, I'll just read it to you.
Yeah, just read it.
It says, "Hi, great to meet you. However, our friends do not want to come and visit with co-hosts that say Friday fuckers, as you all continue to do. Truly, this is not cute, and it's offensive for us in our 70s that have worked our entire lives since the permit age of 15. Thank you for adding that in.
Yeah.
I appreciate it." Then she goes on to say, and have worked our entire life and hope to leave a legacy and gift to our family. So glad we have other homes. So don't be offended. Keep having fun on blank Fridays, even though you already said fuckers.
Yeah, already typed it. And these messages are 2 minutes apart each other.
2 minutes apart. I think she was drinking, but then she goes on to say, "Going to unfollow as your posts are and language are upsetting to me, and no way would I want our guests to come where Tom's co-hosts say fuck all the time. You're young. When you've worked your entire life and you have children and have had parents, siblings die, and really experienced life that only comes with time and age, you'll see." Okay.
What?
I'm getting like schooled by a drunken 70-plus-year-old lady in the middle of the night.
8:30. I don't know if they were drunk or not.
Yeah.
But I'd also like to point out that this couple has a very lovely son who does drag shows, runs drag shows, is a drag queen, I guess. Like, right? Yeah.
She does the shows and things like that.
Very, very successful at it. And these people are very supportive of that.
Very supportive of it, and they talk about it a lot.
So and on their profile, it has a link to their son's drag queen page.
Yeah, on their Airbnb.
So I'm very confused on why me saying fuck that has no connection to them whatsoever is offensive to their friends. So I feel like the friends thing was a bunch of bullshit that they are just trying to have a reason to say, because what our friends were wondering or were concerned about, the husband, what the husband of a host says or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
you're not tagging them in your beer chug. You're not linked to them in any way. They would never even know your name. No. Honestly.
Yeah. It's very weird. So kind of pretty upsetting, actually. I mean, not upsetting, but it was sad that like we got along well with each other in person.
Yeah.
Had a good connection. You're working well with them and everything. And all because of a word we say on the internet that we can't be cordial with each other.
Exactly.
And just super weird. So
very weird.
So like I said, I understand people maybe not liking to use the word fuck, but just to hear another word and automatically be like, my precious ears can't hear that. It's just very weird, right?
Very weird. And the other thing that's weird, that mezcal tasting we did with them,
Mm-hmm.
the host of the mezcal tasting said fuck every single sentence he said. He literally was like, I hope y'all don't mind. I swear a lot. Good. Okay, good. And no one even had a chance to say otherwise. And then he just kept going. Swear word left and right and left and right. I was just like, all right, I hope it doesn't bother anybody.
Yeah. And so that was
They
one.
loved him.
Yeah. So that was very weird.
Very weird.
Unfortunate, I guess is how I would put it.
I'm just going to keep living my life and they can live theirs.
And then you got a voice message from a friend
Yeah.
that was not a fan of you saying fuckies.
I know. I took your fuck and I made it cute.
Yeah. So,
She was very sweet about it.
Totally.
Reached out kind of out of nowhere, and this is a good friend that we've known, since we moved here. Sweet friend, and was just trying to be honest. So I don't know if it was even more so the base root of it, the base word like fuck, or she just didn't like fuckies, like how it sounded.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know. Are you offended by it, or is this person like? Is it like the word moist? Some people don't like the word moist or panties or whatever. Or is it like that? But it's just so strange to me that people will take the time out of their day to call someone up and leave a voicemail and tell them that they're not a fan of a word you're saying. Which, not offended whatsoever, and everybody has a right to their own opinion. Just very strange.
It's very strange. I don't think I would do that if a friend had a podcast, and I know this is part of their income, and they were saying something wrong, I'd probably reach out and go, hey, you're saying this wrong in Spanish, or this is what it really means, or something like that. I wouldn't be like, well, I don't like the way you're saying things.
Yeah. That's not how you say jalapeno.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and I don't even want to say people are so sensitive anymore. But
yeah, I don't want to get down that line, but it's just
like silly. We've
it's like we're adults
so far. We're all adults. I'm not a teenager saying the F-bomb on, to my parents or something. And,
and it's not like I'm saying it in front of someone's kids. I guess unless you're letting your kids listen to the podcast, but and they're not screaming it in the grocery store or something. It's very, very strange. But I just want to take this opportunity to let everyone know that on our link tree, on the Hansons on Hiatus link tree, it's in the description. We have our new Happy Friday Fuckies t-shirt.
Yes. Brand new. We're going to have a whole line of different fuckies, t-shirts and stuff. And
so, and this is not a joke. We actually do have this. So click on the link and you can get your Happy Friday Fuckies shirt.
Yes.
Or anything else, I think do pins and mouse pads and stickers and magnets and whatever you want to say fuckies on it. Have at it.
Everywhere. I can't wait to get one.
Yes. All right. Well, so if we offend you by our words, we greatly apologize. No offense meant, but yeah.
It's just a word.
Yeah. But if you are enjoying the podcast and you'd like to support it, buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can get us some virtual beers and we will happily drink them. And we'll say Happy Friday Fuckers at the end of it.
Yes.
Oh, and I also forgot that you are going out of town this weekend.
I am.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm going to Florida for my for Father's Day, and my dad's turning 70.
Yeah. So happy birthday, Manny. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Happy birthday, Manny. Happy 70th.
Yes. All right. Well, and so next week we will have an episode that we have previously recorded. So we'll have some fun stories that we didn't maybe get to in some other episodes. So you can catch all those there.
Yes.
So don't forget to follow, subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, YouTube Music. And I hope you all have a great, safe rest of your weekend. Lex, have a safe trip.
Thank you so much.
And happy Friday, fuckers.
Happy Friday, fuckies.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye.